Hello, fellow beings of light, and welcome to the 7-7 portal, the Sirius Gateway. Before we get started, I'd like to point out that this portal activation is going to be quite a bit different than those I've shared before. Usually, we have a discussion and then go on a guided journey with our guide that includes an activation. This time around, however, I'm not being called to do a journey, but rather a series of activations. And this series of activations, 6 of them in total, will not all be completed today on the first time that you're listening to this, but rather spread out between the 7-7 and 8-8 portal, one every 6 days, following the first one today. Not to worry, I'll include timestamps in the description. That wasn't intentional, by the way, the 6 activations and 6 days between them. Just a bit of synchronicity from the universe. Kind of like how the days they will fall on start on Monday and work backwards in order through the days of the week to a Wednesday, descending. Like the what that we will be working on through the activations will be descending. I know. I'm a tease. We will get into that what very soon, I promise. The Sirius Gateway is, among other things, a portal of remembrance, an opportunity to reconnect with, reclaim, realign with, and even reconverge with pieces of ourselves that were temporarily lost behind a veil of forgetting each time that we have incarnated on Earth. Just the once for me, but many, many times for most of you. It is this aspect of the gateway that we will be accessing and working with today and over the course of the next 30 days through our discussion and then throughout the 6 activations that follow, which I'm going to say will be about 10 to 15 minutes long each, but don't quote me on that because I haven't actually recorded them yet. More specifically, we are going to be reconnecting with and realigning with a timeline that was chosen for your soul at the time of its separation from your galactic monad, well before it ever incarnated on Earth for the first time. Now, most of you are probably thinking higher or highest timeline, but I'm not going to use that term here because I don't feel that it reflects or resonates with what I have received regarding this timeline that we will be working with. I think that is because the concept of higher timelines and even higher selves, they are very much earth-based concepts. They reflect and resonate with the human half of who and what we are. While what I'm going to refer to as your unified timeline, it is blueprint-based, encoded within each layer of your being, each body that composes your being, from the galactic half of you to the human half of you. All that is you, all that makes you one, whole, united. Also, the concept of higher timelines implies there's a vertical ladder to climb. The idea of ascension being a vertical ladder. Concepts that I individually and through my team have noted disagreement with more than once, quite a few times. I am not going to get into a discussion about that now, beyond saying that the unified timeline we are going to be discussing here will be in a horizontal context. Much like how the 4D to 9D consciousness levels have existed along the astral plane horizontally since the time of monad separation and human incarnation. In this case, the horizontal aspect we are going to be referring to is the bodies that compose our being. Those bodies radiate out in layers or rings outwards around us, horizontally. Our physical body at the center, our causal body at the 6th layer, little bit of a hint there, and beyond. I'm sensing some scratching heads, so I'm going to go ahead and answer the question causing that, even though it's not really relevant to what we are discussing today. Or maybe it is. Hold on. I'm going to tune in to my team here for a second. Bear with me. Okay. It actually is kind of relevant. So here goes, guys. A lot of us consider those bodies that surround us to fully surround us, kind of like bubbles instead of rings. My inner child is saying hula hoops, and Gushar, my Arcturian guide, is referencing Saturn for some reason for the rings. Not going to go down that rabbit hole unless it's important for this. Nope. Okay, it's not. That is technically true. A lot of us consider those bodies that surround us to fully surround us, kind of like bubbles instead of rings. My inner child is saying hula hoops. And, oh boy, Gushar, my Arcturian guide, is referencing Saturn for some reason in regards to those rings. Not going to go down that rabbit hole, buddy, unless it's important for this. Nope. Okay. Those bodies surrounding us, it's technically true. When we cross the veil of forgetting at the time of incarnation, we lose the connection to our full galactic half above and our full human half below. We become a blank slate. Wow. I am receiving, downloading so much right now in the middle of this. And all that it is, it's kind of huge in the context of a few things. But I'm going to go with the flow of it because it feels right. So just bear with me for a little bit here as I work through it and try to keep it contained to what is relevant as much as possible. Okay. When we cross that veil of forgetting, when we lose that connection, we are temporarily capped off from a column that extends infinitely above into the galactic realm or dimension and extends infinitely below us into the earth realm or dimension. That capping off, creating that layer that makes it feel like it's bubbles around us, those bubbles that you envision your various bodies being around you. And that column I'm referring to being those rings, those layers, which are the bodies that compose our being, extending all the way up and all the way down. That is how they are intended to be, what we are meant to return to. That column being open and allowing us access to all of the who and what that we are, both our galactic half and our human half. What makes us one, whole, united. When we begin connecting more with the earth, with our human half, anchor into that half of us, we begin opening up, thinning out that cap at the bottom that extends all the way down and that unlocks access to more in relation of that half of us. And when we begin connecting more with the galactic dimension, with our galactic half, anchor into that half of us, we begin opening up, thinning out that cap at the top that extends all the way up. And what that unlocks access to, more in relation to that half of us. The more we thin out one or both, the more we have access to when it comes to one or both. Think of this in the context of how we often receive things in pieces, in waves, instead of all at once and put together. We receive them in pieces, bigger and bigger over time as we move forward in our journey, because those caps are thinning, unlocking more. I can actually personally attest to this part of what I'm receiving now as being true, because just over a week ago, I was asked to tune into my auric field, my energetic field, during a course that I'm taking. And when I did that, I saw that it was an open column extending infinitely up and infinitely down. And I was totally like, that's really weird. Is that how it's supposed to be? It did feel right though, even if I didn't understand it then. But now I know that's how it's intended to be. So gold star to me for doing the work to open that column up, I guess. Circling back to how this is relevant. Among the, I'm going to say infinite, not numerous, the infinite things that column unlocks access to above and below us is that unified timeline. The timeline that was chosen for your soul at the time of its separation from your galactic monad, well before it incarnated on Earth for the first time. The timeline that contains your full remembrance. The timeline you are meant to return to. A unified timeline that contains your one true purpose. Your whole and unified purpose on a galactic, Earth, and individual scale as one. That's not entirely true for everyone, though. It's not always one timeline. Over the course of numerous galactic soul remembrance readings I have done, I have discovered that there are two groups of beings, two groups of incarnated humans. There are those that have one true purpose, one path that has been defined for them, preordained, if you want. Myself, I'm one of those beings. My path is clear, and no matter how many times I might deviate from it, I'm always drawn back to it It is the same for others who also have one true purpose. They will always be drawn back to it, and the pull will be stronger and stronger the more those caps thin above and below them. But there are also those that have a general purpose. To be, let's say, an architect, record keeper, healer. While those are defined roles, the purpose that they can use those roles for is open-ended. And as I've tuned in to the idea of a unified timeline, it became clear that those with a general purpose actually have more than one unified timeline that they feel a pull towards, that they can choose from. Side note, when I've mentioned this to those I've done readings for, those in each group usually think the grass is greener on the other side. Those with a defined purpose want more freedom to choose, and those with more freedom to choose want something more defined. Sorry guys, there is no middle ground. With all of this said, I think it's safe to assume that all of you understand how important this unified timeline, or timelines as the case may be, is to your journey. It contains your unified purpose galactically on Earth and individually. But in case you don't quite understand that, I'm going to expand upon why this timeline is important. When this unified timeline was chosen for your soul at the time of its separation from your galactic monad, it wasn't actually complete. It contained the what of your purpose, and probably even the why, but not the entirety of the how. Some of that how came from the 1/6 energetic and consciousness fragment that you took from your galactic monad. But the rest of the how, your soul collected that before its first incarnation on Earth. When your soul separated from your galactic monad, it embarked on a journey. It traveled to various galactic locations and races to collect pieces your soul would need to fulfill its unified purpose, to build its unified timeline. Pieces that include guides, training, embedded technology, abilities, knowledge, and likely far more that I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of yet in my soul reclamation sessions with others. And these pieces that your soul collected on its journey between separation and incarnation, those became a part of that unified timeline or timelines, making it or them complete. A timeline that gives you access to all that you will ever need to fulfill your soul's purpose and unlock all that flows from that, all that is you, all that makes you one, whole, united. I've said that multiple times now, and I'm probably going to keep repeating it because it is important. That's the end goal when it comes to each of our individual or sovereign journeys, to be one with ourselves, to be whole, to be united, our galactic half and our human half, to remember and have access to all that we will ever need, all that we will ever want, all of which is already done has already been accomplished and achieved, put together, because it has been chosen and collected along our unified timeline. We just have to remember it, collect it, reclaim it, realign with it. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I rambled a bit, but to be fair, my team was super active and throwing things at me beyond the scope of this discussion and the activations the whole entire time. I think it does, though, which means we can take all of this, the understanding of it, and move into why we are going to be working on activating and helping you shift closer to this unified timeline now, through the Sirius Gateway, through the 77288 portal. The why, and then we'll get into the how and our guide, and then the activations themselves. The first of which you will do today after the discussion piece is finished. If you're watching this on 7/7, awesome. If you are watching it on a later date, no worries. You will still get what you are intended to, because the activations and the entire video are being infused with the energies of the Sirius Gateway, the 7/7 portal, and the Sirian Blu-ray. Those energies will be there waiting for you whenever you listen or even re-listen. Okay, the why. The Sirius Gateway exists throughout the year, but becomes stronger during the month of July and into early August, particularly on 7/7 and again on 7/13, the dates for the first and second installments of our activations. This is because a unique alignment occurs galactically within that period. Earth, the Sun, and Sirius align in a triangle, a trinitized field, where the masculine solar frequencies of the Sun and the feminine frequencies of Sirius become one with each other in alignment with Earth, where the masculine and feminine that are and have been for a very, very, very long time separated and distorted in terms of oneness can come together as one momentarily each year during this alignment with Earth and create an opportunity for all of us to do the same. To experience that same momentary oneness within us, regardless of whatever separation or distortion remains within us, that we still need to work through and work on. To experience a temporary thinning of those caps above and below us, a thinning of the veils, contracts, and other blocks that stand in the way of our remembrance and our ability to receive, including, our unified timeline or timelines. And it's not just a thinning. It's much more than that. That alignment also amplifies remembrance codes and frequencies. I have a sneaking suspicion that our guide has a little something to do with that, particularly in relation to our soul's purpose. Sirius, it holds the records of our soul's trajectories in connection with Earth, the chosen path our galactic half and our human half are intended to follow, to return to, increasingly as we remember, remove those veils, contracts, and other blocks. Our unified purpose, our unified timeline, or timelines that it is encoded with. The blue ray of Sirius acts as a mirror. It reflects these records back to us constantly. Again, sort of like a magnetic pull back to remembrance, but much, much stronger during that trinitized alignment, during the 7-7 portal, making this point in the year the best time, regardless of where we are at in our journeys, to reconnect and realign with our unified purpose, our unified timeline. It is an alignment, a portal that our guide and I will be using to begin reconnecting you with, allowing you to become more aware of that almost magnetic pull to your unified purpose and unified timeline or timelines. Activating that awareness across 6 layers, 6 activations, to begin the process of realigning you with your unified purpose and unified timeline or timelines. Activating that realignment in 6 layers, 6 activations. What are those 6 layers? The how? If you didn't catch on to the hint earlier, those 6 layers are 6 of the bodies that compose our being. The first 6 horizontal layers or rings that radiate outwards from our center around us. Our physical body at the center, the first layer, our causal body at the 6th layer. And I feel it's important to note here, even though it will be obvious in the order of the activations themselves, that we will be going on a path of descension through these bodies, not a path of ascension. I'm noting this because, as I explain why that is the case, I want you to make your own mental note. Begin applying the same why to other aspects of your journey where the phrase ascension comes into play, so that you can begin to question whether that phrase, that concept of climbing a ladder in those other aspects of your journey is correct. A true path or a distorted one that in reality is holding you back. We will be going on a path of descension through these bodies from the 6th layer, your causal body, to the 1st layer, your physical body, because your unified purpose, your unified timeline or timelines must be shifted into one body at a time, remembered, stepped into, and embodied one body at a time. The causal body, the 6th layer out, it holds the memory of your records, all of them, your unique blueprint, relating to your galactic half and your human half, including, of course, your unified purpose and unified timeline. This layer, even if we are not in a place within our journeys to access those full records directly, can raise our awareness of them. The knowing that comes before doing, before embodying. That is why our activations for reconnection and realignment begin there. Why you should begin there when it comes to working on or through many things. Reclaim that awareness, then begin doing the work to embody it, to thin those caps above and below you more and more, to open up access to the actual records, the full records, to your unique blueprint more and more. It's important to note that this layer, the causal layer, is where most of the experiences you've probably had with the concept of timeline jumping or shifting to your highest timeline or another start and end. They open your awareness to the timeline, and you feel that awareness. You know it. But I'm gonna bet that for most of you, that's where the experience stops. Awareness. Nothing else actually changes. Nothing changes because awareness alone is not enough. You have to do the work. You have to embody it. You have to work the jump or shift through each of those 5 layers or rings below the causal body to begin seeing and experiencing the full changes in your life. Does all of that make sense? I hope it does. If not, pause this recording to think about it, to really think about it, and to re-listen to what I just said if necessary. The spiritual body, or our light body, the separation point that exists between our galactic monad and our soul, is the 5th layer out. It is a bridge between our galactic half and our human half, between above and below. I would actually say it's the most important layer in that column we discussed, because it also is a bridge between the 4 layers below it and the 4+ layers that extend beyond it. It is what connects them together, what allows you to become whole, one, when the time comes. It is what allows that awareness of memories and eventually the receiving of records to connect with and begin being embodied within our other layers. The energetic body, the 4th layer out. It is your unique frequency, where all that is coming into or leaving your field filters through, and when functioning properly, allows all that is deemed in alignment, resonant, to be added, and all that is deemed out of alignment to be removed. And whenever we add something that is in alignment to our frequency, our energetic body begins connecting the dots between that addition and what is already contained within our frequency, our gifts, our abilities, our knowledge, etc. It starts unlocking things, bringing more awareness. For most of us, the concept of receiving and downloads comes in within this layer, dots being connected. The mental body, the 3rd layer out. It is where unlocked and received truths begin to remove distortion, where our thought patterns and habits begin to change. When we reach it in the dissension process, we have raised our awareness, connected it to all of our parts, and realigned it with our energetic frequency, making this the point where we start embodying, start making changes to fit that which we are aware of, connected to, and realigned with. The emotional body, the 2nd layer out. It is where we let go of resistance to those truths and allow ourselves to fully receive, where we begin reprocessing everything within us, refiltering it through our updated frequency and truths to remove that which is no longer in alignment. I would say this is probably the hardest layer, followed by the mental body. It's where you move from just knowing the truth to accepting it. And finally, the physical body, the 1st layer out. It is where the actual embodied practice of all of it happens in our human form, in the physical body containing our soul. One of my team just came through with meat suit. I think they like the show Supernatural, or he would like it. It's definitely Gushar again, my Arcturian guide. He has a very morbid and twisted sense of humor. I actually kind of dig it, though. It makes me both laugh and cringe at the same time. It is where we act from, where we walk the talk, where we practice what we preach, which is often reflected in what we feed it, the activity we engage it in, the rest and care we offer it, and where we utilize its energy and the energy flowing through it. Okay, now that we have an understanding of why we are reconnecting and realigning with your unified purpose and timeline now, and an understanding of how we are going to accomplish this by activating and working through in descending order from our causal body to our physical body, I think all that leaves is our guide for today, the guide responsible for the majority that has been received so far through this discussion, and for the activations that are going to follow, which is kind of obvious because it's on the image for the video. Sirian Star Mother Isis, a personification of Archangel Razilia. And she is coming through, obviously, because of her deep connection to Sirius, to the galactic race she birthed in her archangel form. But she is coming through for other reasons as well. She has the ability to weave back together what has been broken, what has been separated, much as she did with Osiris, bringing his pieces back together when they were scattered, resurrecting him. An ability to restore us to oneness within, across all of our bodies, across our galactic and human half. And more importantly, she has the desire to do so. If you caught our summer energy update that was released a few days ago, episode 23 of our podcast, you might have caught a nod to a specific set of galactic races, what would be considered a rebel group above, that sensed some things weren't quite right with the creation and seeding of Earth and humans, and they took steps to embed ways to fix that within the Earth's grid and within the DNA of some souls incarnating upon Earth. Isis and Sirius are a part of that group among those races. And their role in trying to fix it is through the Sirian Blue Ray, through aiding us in remembrance, if we are open to it in general, and by triggering codes embedded within the DNA of some. Pieces of Isis herself and her ability to weave together what is separated back into wholeness, embedded, encoded within the DNA of some, myself included. If you have a deep connection with Isis, and if you've ever felt like she's up to some interference in your journey, because that's definitely what it can feel like, you probably have some of her codes embedded within you. Okay, enough talk. It's time to get into the activations. Again, I'm going to estimate that each activation will be about 10 to 15 minutes long, with an intro piece, light language activation, and closing recommendations. As I said earlier, you will do the activation for your causal 6th body today, and then the others will be one every 6 days. If you are starting on 7/7, the second activation will be Sunday 7/13. The third activation will be Saturday 7/19. The fourth activation will be Friday 7/25. The fifth activation will be Thursday 7/31. And the sixth activation will be Wednesday 8/6, just before the 8/8 portal. Now, you don't have to follow this schedule. You can do them closer together, but 6 days in between each is what I recommend, what I am receiving to have you do, because it allows time for not only reflection and integration of what is activated, but also time for you to begin receiving and to begin taking embodied action when it comes to each activation. I will also add that the more open you are to this reconnecting and realigning, not just in terms of that column above and below you, but when it comes to each of your bodies and the activations we will work through, the more you will receive from these activations. That's true of any activation, honestly. If you aren't open to receive, or in some cases aren't ready to receive, then you won't until a time when you are. So if you find yourself closed off or feel you aren't ready, you may want to wait until a time when that changes, or choose to listen over time as you feel more open or ready. The energies and what you are meant to get out of them will still be there waiting for you, embedded within this recording. And one final note, if you find yourself wanting to delve deeper into what was discussed here or what you experience within the activations themselves, I will be including links to my one-on-one offerings in the description, along with a brief summary of what they are. Those offerings, they include soul realignment sessions, which help you to realign with your unified purpose and unified timeline or timelines on a much deeper scale than what we're working with today and through these activations. And also my soul reclamation sessions, which help you to collect those pieces that your soul picked up for your unified purpose and unified timeline across galactic locations and races, between monad separation and first incarnation that I mentioned earlier on. Okay, that's it. Notes are all done. So we are going to begin working on these activations. I'm going to have a little announcement of each one along with the timestamp in the description. That way you know when each begins and ends. Other than that, I hope you receive a lot from them. I hope that you open yourself up. I hope that you allow yourself to reconnect and realign with your soul's purpose and with this unified timeline. Activation number 1. Layer 6 activation of your causal body. Welcome to your causal body activation, the beginning of your dissension journey into your unified timeline. This is the realm of your original records, your blueprint of becoming. It holds your soul's unified purpose on a galactic, earth, and personal scale, encoded at the moment of separation from your galactic monad. This is not about forming a vision or plan. This is not something you need to figure out. This is the remembrance of a timeline that already exists. One chosen before you ever set foot on Earth in an incarnation. That timeline contains the tools, gifts, and support that your soul gathered during its journey between monadic separation and incarnation. You don't need to see the whole thing. Your causal body already knows. It holds the magnetic pulse of your timeline as truth. All that we are doing here is activating your awareness of it, so you can begin to feel its pulse, its pull again. Settle in to a comfortable position and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Allow your awareness to float to the edge of your field, to 6 layers out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is your causal body, the veil between you and the memory of everything you've ever been. You don't need to push through it. You only need to soften it. Let the Sirian blue ray spiral into this layer like silver blue threads weaving through your field. Feel Isis coming closer, her presence resonating with your original blueprint, your unified timeline, your wholeness. Allow both the Sirian blue ray and Isis to soften the veil during this 7/7 portal, the Sirius gateway. Let them open the memory field for you now. Agade ish karaka oy agati kriya kate. Agade ish karaka oy agati kris karaka oy agatia. Agade ish karaka ay akoy agatis karaka ay agate. Are e akoy agatis karaka ay agate. Era katera ku oy agatis karaka aish karaka oy agate. Arakit ar ish kuru oya kati. Arakit ish kadak oya kataya. Arakit ish kuru oya kati. Arakit ish kadak oya kate. Oya kate. Are ish kadak oya kate. Are ish kadak aya kadishara. Are ish kadak oya kati. Ish kadak oya katia, arakati iya kawoya kati, arakati eya karoya kati, arakati eya karoya kati, arakati ish kataka aya kawoya, ara eya kari oya kati aya, arakati eya kawosh kataka ash kataka oya katis kataka oya kati. Are e re oy ashkatak ish katak ay akati Arego oi akati skadi is kadako oi skadakade skadako oi akate. Aregede ish kadako oi akate oi akate oi akate. Aregede ish kadako oi akati. Aregede ish kadako oi akati akate. Aregede ish kadako oi akati skadako oi skadakadio. Are eish kadagada oi akati. Are ea. Are ea. Are ea. Are oi akati. Skadago oi akati. Akade ish kadago oi akati. Skadago oi akati. Skadago oi eskati. Are oi eskati. Argada ace kadago oi skadagadi skadagadi. Aragi ish kuruku oish kadikadas kadikash kadikati. Araget ish kuruku oyakate oroyakate awoyakate. Are ish kadika oyakate. Are ish kadika ash kuruku osh kadikati. Araget ish kuruku osh kadikash kadikati. Araget ish kuruku osh kadikash kadikati. Areya. Are ea kawoi akade. Arkade ish kadaka ai akade wash kadakati. Are ish kadaka oish kadaka as kadakati. Are oish kadakadis kadaka oish kadakati. Are kade ea oi akadis ka oi akade. Are kade ish kadaka oi akadia. Adakade ea kru oish kadakadaya. Adakade ish kadak oi akadis kush kadakadi. Adakade ish kadakadea. Adakade ish kadakadagoya. Adakade ish kadakadoish kadakati. Akadish kadagoya akadi. Adago oi akadi. Adago oi akadi. Adago oi akadi. Agadesh kadakadwoy akade skade akade. Aragade ish kurugu oy akadia. Aragade ish kadak is kurugu osh kadakati. Aragade ish kurugu oish kadakati. Ara akadakatis kadakadu oish kadakati akadwoy akade. Aradeya. 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 Are oi atea. Araish oi agadea. Araish os gadagadeya. Aradea. 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 She is complete. As we close this activation, take a few more deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe into your physical body from your causal body and through the layers in between. And return gently to your center. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There is no need to act just yet. There is the awareness phase. Let your causal body radiate remembrance throughout your field. Raise awareness throughout your field. As you move forward in the time between now and the next activation, I recommend journaling any dreams, phrases, or intuitive pulls that you feel towards a purpose, towards abilities, or even beyond that. Following emotional resonance. What feels like you? Even if you can't explain why. Follow it. Engage in movement, meditation, or walks while visualizing a silver blue thread spiraling closer to your physical body from your causal body each and every day. The pull of your unified timeline has been activated. Your awareness is returning. Activation number 2. Layer 5 activation. Your spiritual body, your light body. Welcome to your spiritual body activation. This is the 5th ring from your physical body. The layer of your light body, your oversoul, your galactic earth bridge. Think of this body as a transmitter, one that carries the codes from your galactic monad down through your soul and into form. It is also the layer where the pieces of your unified timeline, gathered across galactic realms, are remembered as coherent identity. This activation is not about remembering your purpose as an idea. It's about reactivating your embodied divine identity. The part of you who knows how to live your purpose because it has already done it before. You are reconnecting with yourself here, with the you who has always known. Settle into a comfortable position and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let your awareness float to the 5th layer out from your center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your spiritual body, your oversoul's frequency, your light body's resonance, the bridge between above and below. Feel Isis begin to move across this bridge, anointing the crystalline threads that connect your galactic half and your earth half. Feel the Sirian blue ray flowing like liquid light down your spine, across your heart, and into your crown. Let your light body begin to sing. Agadeish Karakawoy Agadea. Agadeish Arakawoy Agade. Agadeish Groy Agadis Karkoya. Arae Aria. Arare Aria. Arawoy Agadis Karkoy Agade. Arakade Arakoy Agadea. Arakade ish karkara oy akade. Arakade ish karkara oy akadis karkara oy. Arai oy akadia. Ararei arakoy. Agade ish karkara oy akadi. Arakara oy akadi. Arak oy akadi. Agadei Shadarea Arewoy Agadi Are Arakoya Skarkatia Aradeish Karakaroy Agade Arakaroy Agade Rush Karkatea Skarkoy Agade Agadeish Karakaroy Skarkatish Karakaroy Agade Arakade ish karka oy akade rish karka oy akadis kosh karkate arakade ish karka oy askarkati is karka oy akade ish karka oy askarkati ish karka oy askarkati akade ish karka oy askarkate akade ish karka oy askarkate arakade ish karka oy askati akade ish karka oy askati akade ish karka oy askarka ash karkati akade osh karka as karkati ish karka oy askarkati akade ish karka oy akade iskar ash karka oy askati akade ish karka oy askati ara as karkati akade ish karka oy askati ish karka oy askati ara es karka oy askati as karkati ish karka oy askati akade es karka oy askati akade is karka oy askati is karka oy askati akade ish karka as karka os karka ish karka Arkadish karka oy askatish karkati arkado oy skarkatis karka osh karkatea are es karkade oy askatish karka as karkish karkate akade oy askati arkade oy askate skara oy askate arkade ish karka osh karkate is karka as karkate Aragate ish karaka oy akade. Aragate oy akade skaraku oy skadikdea. Are ish karaka oy akade. Aragate ish karaka oy. Ara ish karaka oy skadikdea. Aragate ish karaka oy akade. Aragate ish karaka oy skadiki aria. Aria, Rush Katika As Katikiti, Arkade Ea, Kurush Katika As Katikiti, Akadishka Osh Katikites Katik Oy Akade, Arakade Ea Skatikiti Oy Akade, Arakade Ea Kure Osh Katika Aish Katikit Oy Akade, Are Ea Ria, Are Ea Ria. Aria, oy akade, riki ish kara, oy skrik is kara, oy akade is kara, arakade ish kara, oy akade ish kara, oy skrik I akade, akade oy akade is kara, oy akade ish kara, oy arakade ish kara. Oy akati karish krik oy akati rako oy akati Akadoyakati. She is complete. As we close this activation, take a few more deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe into your physical body from your spiritual body and through the layers in between. And come back to your center. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What you experienced may feel subtle, but the bridge has been strengthened. You are now connected to more of yourself than you have ever been before in the time since your current soul incarnation first breathed life on Earth. In the time between now and the next activation, I recommend practicing light language, toning, or automatic writing. Opening yourself up to letting new intelligence flow. Placing your hands on your heart and solar plexus when you feel called, and affirming, I receive all that I am across all layers of being. I receive all that I am across all layers of being. I receive all that I am across all layers of being. Repeat that 3 times each time you engage in this practice. Noticing how you view yourself, where a new softness or a deeper strength is emerging. Your bridge is alive. Your connection to your unified timeline is expanding. Activation number 3. Layer 4 activation. Your energetic body. Welcome to your energetic body activation. Your energetic body is your frequency filter, your resonance tuner, and your first interface with the world around you. This body determines what enters your field, what exits, and what activates within it. It is both a gate and a prism, holding distortions or harmonics, depending on how tuned in you are. Now that you've remembered through your causal body and strengthened your connection through your spiritual body, it is time to realign your energetic field with your unified purpose and unified timeline. This activation, it is about clearing out what doesn't belong, shedding overlays, and recalibrating your frequency to reflect your soul's true tone, infused with the codes, gifts, tools, and support that you've reclaimed across your soul's journey between separation and incarnation. Settle into a comfortable position and close your eyes. You are not here to fix your energy. You are here to remember what your undistorted frequency feels like. Take a few deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Allow your awareness to float to the fourth layer out from your center. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your energetic body, your personal harmonic field, the veil between resonance and distortion, the place where your timeline starts becoming magnetized. Feel Isis begin to move through your energetic field now, gently, deliberately, as she delivers her activation. Let the Sirian Blu-ray spiral through your frequency like a tuning fork. Let it hum your field back into remembrance. And should you be called to do so, go ahead and hum during this activation like a bee. Goya, Marigiri Area, Maria Gare, Maria, Area, Area, Areish Karakarwoya Gade. Areish Karakarwoya Gade. Maragaya. Maragadea Gade. Agadea Gadea. Maria. Marie Sharare. Mareish Karagrea. Areish Karagreoya. Maria. 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 Areish Arareoya. Arei sharare arei wu, Mareish karaya, Mareish karakawoya kate, Maradea, Maradea garish karakawoya. Aray Maria, Aram Maria, Aram Marish Karagoya Gade, Arakadish Karako Oya Katis Karaki Ish Karako Oya Katia. Ara Aish Karako Oya Katia. Ara Aish Karako Mari Marari. Araish Karako Oya Skaraki Ish Karakarea. Aria. Araya. Maray Shara Maradesh Karakaoy Akate Areish Karakaoy Akadesh Karakaoy Akate Areish Karakaoy Akatea Maria Maria Ria Maradei Aru 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 Areish Karakaru Oi Akade Aragade Ish Karaku Oi Akadea Areish Karaku Oi Akadis Karaku Oya Areish Karakaru Oi Akadis Karaku Oya Ara oyate, ara oyate, marere are, ara oyakadea, maragadesh karkar oyakade, akade ish karkar oyakade, are, ade. Arage ish karko oya kadi maragadi maragare aragade maragadish karko oya kadi aragadish karko oya kadi aragadia aragadia gadi wash karkati Ariwaya Araish Kargoya. She is complete. That one was a lot, guys. As we close this activation, take a few more deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe into your physical body from your energetic body and through the layers in between. And come back to your center. 4, 3, 2, 1. Your field has been returned. The magnetic pull of your unified timeline is getting stronger. In the time between this and the next activation, I recommend grounding daily, bare feet, preferably outside in nature, salt baths, connecting with crystals, sending your grounding cord down into the earth, into Gaia. By visualizing a deep blue light surrounding your body, a light that is attuned to your unique, undistorted frequency, a light that will help you connect with it. Engaging your voice or movement in ways that feel like you, not performance, resonance. You have returned to your sound. You have returned to your tone. Activation number 4, layer 3 activation, your mental body. Welcome to your mental body activation. Your mental body is the seat of your inner architect, the space of belief systems, thought forms, internal narratives, and identity constructs. This is where your awareness and frequency either manifest or collapse. You've remembered, you've bridged, you've attuned, and now it is time to build, to construct a mental framework that can hold the truth of all that you are, who you are, what your unified purpose is, what your unified timeline is. This activation, it is not about controlling your thoughts. It is about clearing the distortions that twist your truth and allowing beliefs aligned with your soul to return to you. Settle into a comfortable position and close your eyes. Let your breath slowly soften your mind. Remember, this isn't about thinking harder. It is about letting go and surrendering to what is real, to the undistorted truth. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Allow your awareness to float to the third layer out from your center. 1, 2, 3. This is your mental body. Let it be still. Allow it to let go, to surrender. Feel Isis press her hands gently to your temple, to your third eye. Let the Sirian blue ray trickle in through your crown, clearing the corners, breaking false mirrors. Allow a new mental architecture to begin forming a structure designed to hold your unified purpose, your unified timeline. Agade ishkarak oya kate, agade ishkarak oya kadis karak oya kateya, agade ishkarak oya kate, agade ishkarak oishkarak askarak ishkarak oya, are iya karak oshkarak ashkarak ishkarak oya skati, agade ishkarak oya skati. Oyaskati, Arkid Aish Karak Oya Kades Karak Oya Kate, Arakadesh Karak Oyaskati, Arakad Oyash Karakas Karakadis Karak Oyaskate, Arakad Ash Karak Oish Karakat As Karakadish Karak Oyaskatia, Akadesh Karak Oish Karakadas Karakadish Karak Ois Karakati, Arakad Aish Karakat Oish Karaka Ash Karakadis Karak Oyakate, Akadesh Karak Oyas Karakadish Karakade, Arakadesh Karak Oya. Arakadesh Karak Oyas Karakadea, Arakadesh Karak Oyas Karakades Karak Oyas Kadi, Arakadesh Karak Oish Karakaras Karakadis Karakaroya, Akadesh Karak Oish Karakadis Karakaroya Kate, Akadesh Karak Oish Karakarash Karak Oish Karakadea, Araesh Karak Oish Karakadis Karakaroish Karakade. Arakadesh Kadakuru Oish Kadakatis Kadakuru Oish Kadakati Arakadesh Kadaku Ois Kadaki Arkade Ash Kadakat Ash Kadaku Oish Kadakati Arkade Ish Kadakur Oish Kadakatis Kadakur Oish Kadakati Akadesh Kadakur Oi Akade Arakade Oi Akade Araku Oi Akade Arakade Ish Kadakur Oi Akatis Kadakati Ish Kadakur Oish Kadaki Arish Kadaku Oi Skatis Kadakaroya Argadesh Kadaku Oish Kadakat Ash Kadakat Is Kadakat Oi Akate Aragade Ish Kadakur Oish Kadakidis Kadakur Oi Akatis Kadakaroya Aragade Ish Kadak Ash Kadak Ush Kadakat As Kadakat Ish Kadakat Ush Kadakati Aragadesh Kadaku Oish Kadakidis Kadakar Oi Akatea Aragade Oi Akatea Arakade Oya Kadea, Akade Ish Kadaka Oyash Kadaish Kadakadi Oish Kadakadish Kadakadi, Arakade Ish Kadaka Oya Kade, Arakade Ia Kro Oya Kade, Arakade Ash Kadaka Oya Kade, Arakade Ish Kadaka Oish Kadakadis Kadaka Oish Kadakadiska. Arkadesh Kadaku Oish Kadakadis Kadaku Oya Kades Kadakadu Oish Kadakati Arkadesh Kadaku Oish Kadakadis Kadaku Oya Kadea Arkadesh Kadaku Oyas Kadagish Kadaku Oya Kade Arkadesh Kadaku Oish Kadakadis Kadaku Oish Kadakadis Kadakati Arakadesh Kadaka Oya Kades Kadaki Ish Kadaka Oish Kadakati Arakadesh Kadaka Oish Kadakadis Kadaka Oish Kadakadis Kadaka Oya Kade Araka Oya Kade Arakade Oya Kade Arakadesh Kadaka Ash Kadaka Oish Kadakadis Kadaka Oish Kadakadia Arakadesh Kadaka Oish Kadakadis Kadaka Oish Kadakadia Arakadesh Kadaka Ash Kadakadis Kadaka Oya Aragadesh Ush Kadikadia Aragadesh Kada Oya Kades Karash Kadikis Kadakoya Aragad Ish Kadakoya Aragadish Kadakada As Kadakadish Kadakoya Skati Aragadesh Kadakoya Kade Aragade Oya Kade Aragade Oya Kade Aragadesh Kadakoya Kades Kada Oya Kade Aragadesh Kada As Kadikti As Kadakadi As Kadakadi Aragash Kadikadia Kadish Ko Osh Kadikadia Aragash Kadak As Kadako Oyeskati Aragadesh Kadako Oyeskati Akadesh kada oy akades kada kadea. Akade ish kada oy akadeska. Ada ish kada oy kada kade. Arakadesh kada ash kada kade. Arakadesh kada oy akade. Arakadesh kada oy akades kada. Arakadesh as kada oy akadea. Araish kada oy akades kada is kada oy akade. Arakadesh kada oy akade. Arakadesh kada oy akadea. Area. She is complete. As we close this activation, take a few more deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe into your physical body from your mental body and through the layer in between. Return to your center. 3, 2. Let go of resistance. Let go of resistance. Let go of resistance. 1. Your thoughts may feel different. Give them space to reconfigure, to reform, to restructure. Give yourself space to release resistance. In the time between this and the next activation, I recommend journaling any new thoughts, downloads, or identity shifts you feel. For me, those shifts, they felt weird. It's almost like moments where you don't necessarily recognize yourself. You know it's you, but it's a different version of you. For example, during the shift I'm going through right now after my retreat in Mount Shasta for the solstice, I had a day where, after fasting for so long and processing so much and just not feeling well, I decided to go junk food crazy in the store. And as I was eating this junk food, it wasn't my thoughts, it wasn't my emotions. I don't even know if it was my physical body. There was just this little voice that just kept saying, I want fruits, I want veggies. And I'm like, who are you? We don't normally crave those things. But that's what that shift does. You start craving different things. You start focusing on different things. Actively name and rewrite false beliefs as they surface, distortions as you feel them surfacing. And repeat a mantra that reflects your soul self, such as, I speak only what is true to the timeline of my becoming. I speak only what is true to the timeline of my becoming. I speak only what is true to the timeline of my becoming. You are rebuilding, restructuring the temple of thought within you, one aligned thought form at a time. Activation number 5. Layer 2 activation. Your emotional body. Welcome to your emotional body activation. Your emotional body is the holder of longing, fear, grief, joy, shame, love, and so much more. It is the body most often suppressed by you. Yet it holds the gate through which true reception must pass. You've remembered, connected, attuned, and begun rebuilding. Now it is time to open the gates, to feel what's been hiding, not just behind the veils of forgetting, but what has been hiding behind the walls you constructed. This activation is about emotional reclamation, allowing yourself to feel, release, and finally accept not only your timeline without resistance, but all things along your journey. Settle into a comfortable position and close your eyes. Place a hand over your heart and another over your womb. If you are female, that would be your sacral chakra. If you are male, your root chakra. Know that you are safe to feel. Repeat after me. I am safe to feel. I am safe to feel. I am safe to feel. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Bring awareness to the second layer out from your center. 1, 2. This is your emotional body. Feel Isis come forward, closer to you now. Not to remove your emotions, but to bless them, to recode them. Let the Sirian blue ray move through your emotional waters, alchemizing shame into sacredness, fear into devotion, hatred into love, and any and all other emotions you need alchemized, transmuted. Areia roia kete, areia roia ketia, areish kraka oia kete, areke oia kete, areke oia kete, areish arare, ai ari aroia shate, areish kraka oia kete. Areish karako oia ketia, areish karako oia ketia, areish karako oia kete, arei oia ketia, areish karako oia kete, areish karako oia kete, are oia te, arei aroia te. Areish karako oia kete, areish karako oia kete, areish karako oia kete, areish karako oia kete, arei oia areish karako oia kete, areish karako oia kete, karako oia kete, oia kete, areish karaka oia kete, areish karaka oia kete, karaka oia kete, aregit ea koro oia kete, oia kete, aregit oia kete, karaka oia kete, areish karaka oia kete, karaka oia kete. Araka oia shkati, are ish karaka oia kadeya, are ish karaka oia skati, karaka oia skati, are ish karaka oia skati, karaka oia skati, are ish karaka oia kadi, karaka oia skati, are ish karaka ash karaka oia karaka areya, areya roya the. Arish kara oia kadis kara oia skati, aragera ish kara oia skati ish kara kari, are ish kara oish kara kadis kara oia te, are ish kara oish kara kadis kara aska, akadish kara ois kara ash kara kadia, are ish kara oia sare. Are oia sarea kadia, areish karak oish karakadia, are get ish go oish kati, are ish katikti, are get ish katikti, are get ish katikti, are ish karu oish katia, skatak oish katikatia, are ish katak oish katikti, skatak ash katak oish katikti. Are get ish katak oia kati, skara oia kate. Are ish katak oia skati, are oia skati, skara oia skati. Are ish katak oia skatak as katak ish katak oia kate. Are get ish katak oia skati, ska. Are get ish katak ois katak dia. Are eis katak ois kadias ke, are urias kadia, are eis katak ois kadia, are gis katak oia, are gades katak aya, are eis katak oia kate, are eis katak ois katak dia, are eis kati, are ois katak dia. Areis kara oia kete, areis kara oia kete, areis kara oia kete, areis kara oia kete, Are skadaka askadaku oi akati. Are skadaku oi askate. Are skadaku oi skadihia. Are skadaku oi akatea. Are skadaku oi akati skadaku oi akati. Are ko oi akati. Ala oi akati. Are skadaku oi akati. Are skadaku oi akati. Arei sharaoya, arei sharagoya, arei sharagoya, are. Oh, she is complete. As we close this activation, take a few more deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in to your physical body from your emotional body. Breathe in to your heart space because it needs it right now. Breathe into your heart space and allow it to release those emotions that have gathered there, that you have been resisting letting go of. And return to your center. 2, letting go of any resistance. 1. Your emotional body is softening into receptivity. Let it show you where resistance has been holding back your unified purpose, your unified timeline. Collect that resistance in your heart space. Breathe into it and release it with love and acceptance. In the time between this moment and the next activation, I recommend allowing yourself to feel without censoring yourself. If you need to cry, laugh, smile, shout, express yourself to someone, to something, or just the earth and the universe, then do so. Releasing emotion through movement, through sound. Sing some songs that resonate with letting go of the emotion that you need to release. Or engage in artwork. Placing your hand over your heart space. Actually, let's go with the high heart. And repeating to yourself, I welcome the truth of who I am. I receive my purpose with love. I welcome the truth of who I am. I receive my purpose with love. I welcome the truth of who I am. I receive my purpose with love. The gates are opening, and your heart is becoming ready to hold the magnitude of what is ready to return to you. Activation number 6. Layer 1 activation. Your physical body. Welcome to your physical body activation, the final step in your descension journey into your unified timeline. This is your center, the first ring surrounding your human form, your soul in human form, your bones, your breath, your blood, the vessel where your soul chose to live out its remembrance in this life. You have done the work. You have remembered, realigned, and released. Now it is time to become, to embody your timeline, not as a vision, but as your lived daily expression. This activation is not about perfection. It is about anchoring, about choosing actions, rhythms, nourishment, and movement that mirror your soul's true design. Settle into a comfortable position and close your eyes. Feel your body not just as a container, not just as a vessel, but as a transmitter. You are the walking memory of your unified purpose, of your unified timeline. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Bring your awareness to your physical body, right here, right now, in the present moment. And feel Isis pour the Sirian blue ray down through that column above you that extends infinitely, down through your crown chakra, along your spine, passing through all of the chakras along it, and into your roots. Then further down still, through that column that extends infinitely below you. Let it move through not just your chakras, but through your bones, through your joints, through your blood, through your skin. Let your body begin to carry your unified purpose and unified timeline. Are sharare. Are sharawoya kedia. Are sharagoya kedia. Are sharagoya kedia. Are shkaragoya skate. Are shkaragoya skate. Are aroy are shkaragoya kedia. Are shkaragoya kedi. Are eako oya kedi. Are iskaragoya kedi. Are shkaragoya 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 kedi. Shkaragoya kedi. Areia, oia, areis, caraya, areia, coia, gedea, areis, urois, aragedi, areis, caracoia, gedea, areis, caracoia, gedea, areia. Areia de, areis caracteria, areis harare, areis sharawoia gadea, areis sharawoia gadea, areis sharare, areis sharawoia gadea, areis caracarea, are worshadagalea, areish karaka aish karakadoya kade, areish karakatish karaku oy kade, are aroy adea, are oy ade, areis karare are. Arewoi area, arewoi area, area oi agadia, areis carakara oi agade, areis araroi area, areis carawoi agadia, areis carawoi agade. Areish kadakdi are woy are raria kete are garish kadaka oy kete areish arako oy kete areish kadako oy kete are girish kadaka oy kete areish arare areish karaku oya gadia, areish karaku oya gade, are ishara, arishtara, areish karaku oya gadia, areish karaku oya gadia gadea, agadish karaku oya gadea, areish karaku oya gadea, areish karaku ash karaku. Is kadak oish kadakti, arage ish kadak oish kadakash kade, areish kadak oyakate, are oyakate, are ish kadak as kadakide is kadak oyakatia, aria royakati, areish kadakadas kadakti, areish kadak oish kadakti. Areish kadak oish kadak ash kadak dis kadak oya. Araget ish kadak ois kadak is kadak oya. Are ish kadak oish kadak di oya. Araget ish kadak oya. Areish karate. Are ish kadakate. Araget ish kadakatea. Areya areya areya. She is complete. As we close this activation, take a few more deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Let your physical body absorb the work that you have done with all 6 layers through your causal body, to your spiritual body, to your energetic body, to your mental body, to your emotional body, to your physical body. Feel how those layers are closer to you now than they were before. That is you becoming more realigned with your unique frequency, with your unique blueprint, with your unique unified purpose and unified timeline. You are here. It is here with you, and you are it. In the days that follow, I recommend taking one small action each day that reflects the pieces of your unified purpose and unified timeline that you feel coming through. That could be changes in your eating, your sleep, your exercise, your self-care, your meditation practices, your communication with your team, whatever feels right. Feed your body with intention. Rest it with reverence. Create a symbol or a sacred item, like a crystal, that will represent for you this final anchoring into your unified timeline. Because you are now ready to begin becoming the embodiment of your unified timeline. Walk as remembrance. Breathe as truth. Speak as wholeness. We are complete, guys. Whew, I don't know how that's going to feel for all of you guys doing those 6 days apart, but I just recorded them pretty much straight through, and that was a lot. Thank you for joining us for both our discussion and the journey through each of these 6 activations. Know that you may revisit one or all of them at any time. Again, the energies contained within them and the opportunities they open up for you are always available whenever you may need them or whenever you may want them. And once again, if you find yourself wanting to delve deeper into what was discussed here or what you experienced within the activations themselves, I've included links to my one-on-one offerings in the description. Those offerings that include soul realignment sessions, which help you to delve deeper into realigning with your unified purpose and your unified timeline, and soul reclamation sessions, which help you collect those pieces that your soul picked up for your unified purpose and unified timeline across galactic locations and races in the time between separation from your monad and its first incarnation on Earth that I mentioned earlier on in our discussion. That's all I have for you guys. I hope that you received much through the discussion, through the activations. I hope that your awareness has risen. I hope that your connection with each of the bodies we worked with has deepened. That the veils affecting each have thinned. That those caps above and below you, if they are still there, have thinned. That you begin receiving more, stepping into more, embodying more. Arish Katikati.